All right. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am very happy to have everyone here tonight. Welcome. It's Saturday night, and this is part 2 of our Answer Plus webinar. And part 2 is mind mapping. And mind mapping is a lot of fun. And this is something that you can use for everything in your life. I mean, you can use it for shopping. You can use it for business. You can use it for travel. You can have a small piece of paper, a big piece of paper. You can have a computer software program or an app on your iPhone. Mind mapping is fabulous. It's wonderful, and I use it all the time. So we're going to get started with me showing you how the mind mapping works. Now let me just go through part 1 last week. We talked about the Answer Plus basics. And this is giving a response plus plus. And the plus is the extra information. The extra information in response to your response. So let me show you, and I'm going to do some screen sharing, and that helps a lot so that you can see and understand what I'm talking about. Mind mapping is one way for you to practice how to do nonstop speaking. And when you're using mind mapping, what it does is it starts teaching your brain to not work this way, but to work this way. When you're using a mind map, you start teaching your brain to move off into different directions and different avenues for speaking. So I think many of you are used to or have been used to, let me see, I think that's, yeah, maybe that's working better. I think many of you are used to or have been used to learning English with the intention of passing tests. And tests have a right or a wrong. And for conversation, you don't want to be focused on the right or the wrong. Oh, I'm looking at the chat, and I'm going to say hi in the chat. That's great. Oh, hello again, Mimi. Thank you. Hi, Yoshiko. Wonderful to see you both here. Thank you. Now, I know not everyone is in the chat, and that's okay because some people enjoy chatting, some people don't, and that is perfectly okay. So what I will show you first is what we've been doing with our Answer Plus basics. And first I need to screen share with you, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm hoping this connection is okay. It seems it might be a little bit out of sync, but that's all right. We shall work with that. So I'm looking to get the screen sharing. There we go. Screen share and start the screen share. Okay, great. Wonderful. So let me get my webinar. Now we've been working April 24th and April 23rd, Saturdays, we had a 1-hour webinar talking about the whole 3-step system. And the 3-step system is the Answer Plus basics. Then part 2 is the mind mapping. And part 3 we'll be working with next week. So mind mapping can be used for anything. And we had Did You Catch a Cold last week. We are also working with our WH question. And our WH question is, where in Japan are you from? And then we're also working with our comment. And our comment is, my secret ingredient for making curry is chocolate. Looks like my connection is a little slow. That's all right. And then our or question, do you like soba or udon better? And then last week, we also worked with our Answer Plus Plus basics and using study material. We had careful. I'm careful with money. I want to go to Scotland. I'm saving money. So we have all of our Answer Plus Plus is if you have a vocabulary word and then use the word and add plus plus to it. Let me just check within the oh my goodness, this is great. This is some of the things that we'll be working with. These are mind maps. Now, one thing that you can do is if you do a search for mind map, you'll have a lot of information come up about mind mapping. And you can see if you go to images, all of these images will come up about mind mapping that you can look at and check out. And I can show you also that in Japanese, there is the same kind of information for you available. So I'm showing you some of the tricks that I use when I need to get Japanese quickly. There we go. It's so easy. I love the internet. It's fabulous. We just put that into our Google search bar. There it is, mind map, and all of this information comes up in Japanese about mind mapping. There is tons of information for you. And if we go to images, it's the same thing. You know, these are amazing works of art. You can see how look at this, how creative people got with their mind mapping. And this is Japanese written in here. This is so cute. I mean, you can be as simple or as ornate as you want to be for mind mapping. This used a computer, a cute character. Wow. I mean, it's just whatever you feel like doing for mind mapping is what you can do for mind mapping. You know, there's just tons of stuff. So this is something that you can check out if you're still not sure or you still want more information. There are a million resources on the internet. We'll go back to all. And that takes me here. A million resources for you to check out mind mapping. So there, okay, you're watching. Great, excellent. All right, so I'm going to click off that and click off that. Super. And we'll go to plenty of applications that you can use. And I'll be sending you the link to this video so you can see another example of mind mapping that was done. So what I'd like to do right now is show you an example of a mind map that I created. And that's me. You can very simply, very easily make your mind map on a piece of paper. And I have the other one here. Great. So the question that we had, it was for one of our lessons here. And it was, let's see, this one. Where in Japan are you from? So I decided to mind map, where in Japan are you from? And I took just a basic piece of paper and I had from Japan, and here is California. But I go back to California for training. I visit friends. I like Yakushima. And you can see here that in my answers, excuse me, I'm not from Japan, I'm from the US, I love Japan, I want to go to Yakushima. And there are a million ways that you could answer these. So that's why I have Yakushima here. Over 20 years, Kobe, Tokyo. Kobe's quiet, Sannomiya. Tokyo's exciting, it's busy. Yakushima, 72 hours. This is a documentary on NHK, and for the English version of the story on Yakushima, 72 hours on Yakushima, I did the narration for that documentary, and I just loved it. I mean, I've always loved Yakushima whenever I see pictures of it. Yakushima nature. So I talked about shrines, temples. I love in Japan how shrines always have nature around them, and temples are so natural looking. I'd really love to go to Koyasan. So you might think, wow, I mean, you went from where in Japan are you from, and you got all of this. And if I wanted to, I could get more, because that's the way our mind works. Most things in our world branch off. Most things, rivers go this way. I mean, space goes out. Everything, highways, forests, streets, everything branches out and connects. And that's what the mind map is doing for you. It's branching out and connecting. And so remember, this is step 2. This is step 2. Let me come back here. Oh, here. All right. So remember, the mind map is step 2 in the 3-part process. Step 1, again, the answer plus plus basics. So you take your answer plus plus, for example, where in Japan are you from? Now, I wanted to show you this one because I'm not from Japan. And sometimes speakers think if their answer is no, then they stop. If the answer is yes, then there's so much you can talk about. Yes, blah, 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 blah. But if the answer is no, many people think, oh, no, okay, I have to stop. That's all I can say. Where in Japan are you from? Oh, I'm not from Japan. I'm from the United States. And there's a stop. But I want you to learn to go. Do you play tennis? Oh, no, I don't. No, keep talking. Keep talking. And that's what the mind map is showing you. So again, as you could see before with my mind map, it had Japan, California, Yakushima, and then Kobe and Tokyo. So much to talk about. I mean, honestly, if you had me talk about an air conditioner, I could talk about an air conditioner as my starting point. I could start talking forever, because air conditioner would lead to hot summers would lead to childhood would lead to playing golf and tennis would lead to, you see, I mean, you can go forever when you're branching off. And the training that you can do, and you can do this training by yourself, that's what's so exciting. You know, of course, having a teacher or having someone help you with it is good. But if you're taking Skype lessons and your teacher asks you a question, you can say, oh, just a minute, because remember, it's a lesson. You can say just a minute, and in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, you can mind map a very simple mind map about your response to your teacher's question, and you can start talking nonstop. And that is what you want to be doing during your Skype lessons. If you're taking lessons in a classroom too with the teacher, that is what you want to be doing. You want to be doing most of the talking. Your teacher should be talking 10%, and you should be talking 90%. That is your goal when you're taking a lesson. Because if in a lesson you're doing question, short answer, question, short answer, question, short answer, when you get into a real conversation on the street, in an airplane, in business, that's what you're going to do. Question, short answer, question, short answer, question, short answer. So you want to make sure that in your lessons, whether it's a Skype lesson or in a classroom lesson, that you are doing most of the talking. And even in a classroom, your teacher might ask your class a question, did you have a good weekend? And I want you to be raising your hand and saying, oh, yes, I did. I went shopping with my friends, and then we went to a spaghetti restaurant. We had a great time. We spent 3 hours. And your teacher will go, whoa, okay, great. That's awesome. Skype lesson 2, any lesson, that's what you want to be doing. You want to be pushing, and you want to be doing most, if not all, of the talking. And of course, you know, in your lesson, you can ask your teacher questions too, because you want to be able to listen and give answer plus responses to what you hear. So that's really important. All right, let's get to some mind mapping so I can show you. Now I'm going to share my screen with you. Oh, does everybody have their tea? Tea or coffee? Woo, cheers. I love that. I love doing our cheers. Yes, this was from Hawaii. It was an omiyage or a souvenir that I got from someone. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to screen share. And there we go. Should be working. And start screen sharing. Okay, excellent. Let me just see, for those of you who are in the chat, if you have any questions, I'm very, very happy to look at your questions right now and see. I don't think I need that one, but I'm not sure. Great. Those are some mind maps that I'm going to be, actually, let me just show this to you now. In the Answer Plus Plus online class, we always do mind mapping. And this is from Tanaka-san. And I asked his permission, and he said, yes, I could show the mind map. Now, the question was, where is a favorite place in your neighborhood? And his answer was the Owani ski area. And his mind map is so interesting because he chose the Owani ski area, and he took everything off of there and then mapped it out, connecting it. So you can get a very clear idea of what he's going to talk about. And this gives him enough information to talk for 2 or 3 minutes. Another one. This is so cool. This is Yoshiko's. Yoshiko's in the chat room. And you can see the colors and the pictures. And this was about technology. What can you not do without? It's very cute. She says she is a mamazon because she sends people where her son, who is in university, sends him things from Amazon. I love that. How great. In English, like Japanese, there's always new words to be made. So these are some really great mind maps that were made in the program. I can go off of that. Okay, super. And here's another one by Tanaka-san. He wants to keep working. Do you want to keep working, or do you want to retire? I never want to retire. I don't know about you, but I never, ever want to retire. I love working. And so again, this was the basic question, and then now and elderly, and this is how he branched off. And you can see there's just so much that you can then talk about. And once he's practiced this, because you practice it for part 3 for the nonstop timed speaking, once he's practiced this, this is in his brain, and you don't have sentences. Notice, there are no sentences. It's just a word or a phrase, because you have the grammar to be able to make the sentences. And the sentence structure always changes. If you tell the story about keep working or retire 1 time or 2 times or 3 times, the basic information stays the same. These are the key points. So what you say stays the same. How you say it changes, of course. But remember, when you are studying English for testing, you have the habit of thinking that you have to remember sentences. You have to remember the exact sentence and how to say something the exact way. And that is simply not true. So what I would do here, because we will have, remember on May 22nd, you'll be able to go into the free classroom and check all of this stuff out. And so it's very easy when you put your mind map here, you add a photo or a video. I think I can drop it on here. Here we go. Let's see where it is. I think it's number 2. There we go. And yes, I am from the USA. I want to go to Yakushima. I know many people who have been. Have you been to Yakushima? It's supposed to be great. They loved it. There you go. And then there it shows up and you've got it to save. It's excellent. So you'll have a chance to go into the classroom and do all of this stuff, you know, for free, and I'll be there and we'll have a really good time in that classroom. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see if there are any questions. Oh, okay, just a minute. I've been reconnect. I love that. All right, I'm reconnecting. Hi, excellent. Oh, very good. I'm glad that you're all here. Thank you. Yeah, Yoshiko and Nobu, thank you for your mind maps. They were great, great. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading everything. Okay, I can read that later. Great examples of what we're doing. Now, what I use is a program called Coglit, and I really enjoy it. It's free. It is nothing that you have to pay for. So it is absolutely free. And that is always a very good thing. I'm going to get my files here. Good. And yay. Okay, I'm going to click off of that. And how you do it is you put your edit thing here. Now, I have a file that I'm going to find. Last week when we did the Answer Plus Plus, I created this worksheet, and you should have gotten it in the link that was sent to you. And it was how to use your study materials and use Answer Plus Plus. So if you're studying vocabulary or if you're studying grammar. So I'd like to do one of these so that I can show you how to mind map. So let's do careful with money. I want to go to Scotland. I'm saving money. So what I would do here is I would have my coggle, and I'm going to put careful with money. And I wrote down, let me find this again, sorry. Excellent. I love those mind maps. They're so great. Here we go. Okay, yeah, careful with money. Want to go to Scotland, and I'm saving money. So actually, I don't even have to have careful there. I could have money. And so I'm going to put money here. Money. And Scotland. And post office. So money is important. I save a little every week. Did I spell Scotland right? Yep. Scotland, January 2016. Cold. I don't know if you've been to Scotland in January. It is very cold, but I loved it. I really loved the cold. And the Scottish people are so unbelievably strong. That was just so great. You know, saving money in the post office was just so interesting for me. I think in England, they maybe save money in the post office too. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is my travel account. And Scotland, I'm hoping to take an answer plus tour. Okay. And this is reminding me, careful, I'm a klutz. Now see, one thing that I want you to know about mind mapping is that the word is careful, and we're working with money. And so we have the post office in Scotland, and then klutz. Klutz just came to me. And you can do anything that pops into your head. That's the beauty of the mind map, because it's your answer, it's your response. Yeah, I'm always tripping. In the United States, I fell down on this. I missed the curb and I fell on the grass. Thank goodness. I'm always falling. We're dropping things. Yeah, not careful. I drop things. You can see as you're writing, a lot of things will pop into your head. Although I will have to say, even though I'm a klutz, I've not been to the hospital. That's lucky. I just realized that. Oh, I hope I don't go to the hospital. So even though I am a klutz, I haven't yet hurt myself too badly. So, so this is saved, and you can, let me bring this down here. There we go. Great. Let me just save this. And download the coggle. And I'll download the image. You can do a PDF or a PNG. And there we go. And I just save it. Careful mind map. And this saves to my desktop. I can show that to you here. And here it is, right on my desktop. And it's nice. It's wonderful. And for next week's class, where we're doing nonstop speaking, I'll be using this mind map and the one about Japan to show you the progress and the process. Step 1, answer plus basics, right? And that's this worksheet. And it's in Japanese also. These are the basics, answer plus. Step 2 is mind mapping. Just what we would call a brain dump. A brain dump. Let me write that down for you so you got that. Yeah. A brain dump. And a brain dump is where you just, everything that you're thinking. I did a brain dump. My brain dumped money, important, save a little every week. Post office, no post office in the USA. It's a travel account. My brain dump. I'm a klutz. I'm not careful. I drop things. I'm always falling. No hospital, not yet. Oh, I hope I don't go to the hospital. Careful because Scotland, beautiful, January, cold, answer plus tour. This is a small promotion. At some point, I'm hoping to do an answer plus tour. I think that would be so much fun to go to Scotland. I don't know what that is. It's awesome. Okay, great. So that basically is how your mind mapping works. Yeah. And you could put the mind map here. Oh, that's from before. That's right. That's interesting. Yes, that's from before. Love eating with foods and family. Great. And then you can see, here's a program called Simple Minds that I have used in the past. And I like that one too. And then Coggle is what I used to make this mind map. This is done with Coggle. And I'll send you a PDF with the links for all of these so that you'll be able to check these out yourself. I'll probably get that sent sometime tomorrow, I think would be fine. So let me just see if there are any questions. Oh no, never late, because you can always watch this. Yes, Tayako, that is, yes, Yoshiko, that is so true. Oh, Miami, that is great. That's awesome. Oh, hey, Judy, yay. Yeah, not sure about the mind map, but it's crystal clear. Ah, that is so fabulous. That is great. Mind mapping is fun. You can enjoy it with your lovely baby. That's true. And yes, it's so useful for the review of your own thinking. And like I said, not only that, you, instead of making a list for grocery store shopping, you can make a mind map. If you're looking to have a party or an event, you can make a mind map. That's great. Oh, this is fun. Good. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm glad that I could make it clearer for you. So let's take this off of screen share. Ah, I did this last time. That was awful. I won't do that again. Yeah, that was being a klutz. Honestly, a klutz. I just pushed the stop broadcast. I think it was on the 24th on Sunday morning. Maybe I was still sleepy. I don't know. Although it was 10 o'clock. I shouldn't have been sleepy. But see how, like just then, my mind went here and then it went here. That is normal for speaking English. It is perfectly okay. And that's what I want you to be able to do, is to be able to talk to someone, have a thought pop into your head and take you off in that direction, then have another thought pop into your head and take you off in that direction. That is an active, dynamic way of speaking. And this is what you can practice in any lessons that you're taking, whether it's a Skype lesson or it's actually a lesson in a classroom. That's where you should be pushing yourself. In fact, you should have a sign either on your desk or a sign right on your computer that says, push myself, speak, speak, speak. And that's always good to have that reminder. And you can even write, Katie said, push myself. I'm pushing myself. So just think of me saying, push yourself, and then the speaking. And how anytime, anywhere, you can draw a little mind map. Even in business, if you're in a business meeting, you can take a small piece of paper. If a problem or an issue has come up, you put the issue in the middle, and then you just mind map different ideas. Instead of a list where you go down, 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 the mind map is a bit more flowing and more creative. And I think it's better than a linear list or sentences going across, because you can't see everything clearly. You have to look and find what you said. Whereas with the mind map, you look at it and it's like, oh, okay, there's that, there's that, there's that. It's very, very easy to use. Well, I'm very sorry I went over our time. I really appreciate you being here. I am so excited because I am telling you, I am determined to make Japanese people fabulous conversationalists in English. And I know you can do it. You know, it's a cheerful people. You have so much to share with the world and so many innovations and talented people that I want you to have fun and relax using English. Enjoy it for communicating and connecting. I will check just very briefly to see if there are any comments or questions. And then I will say adieu, adieu, adieu. I have to find the right one. I might have clicked off it already. I have a lot of things up. There we go. Great. Oh, Tanaka-san, thank you for focusing. Yeah, no, that's good. I understand that. That's outstanding. Well, if you have any questions, you know, or anything that you want to comment on, I'd be very, very happy to answer anything that you would like me to answer. I'm looking forward, oh, excuse me, I just bumped the computer. I'm looking forward to next week when we'll be doing the non-stop speaking, and you'll see how everything ties together. The answer plus plus, the mind mapping, and then the non-stop speaking training. So that's it for tonight. I hope you've all had a great day and that you have a great rest of your evening and you have sweet, sweet dreams. I hope I have sweet dreams. Actually, I hope I don't dream. I dream too much every night. My brain does not stop. So tonight, I hope I have no dreams and that I have a solid, solid night's sleep. Oh, Judy, thank you. I really appreciate your inspiring message. Thank you, Katie. Well, you know, I have to tell you, Judy, I'm very lucky. I have a father who is probably the most positive person in the world I have ever met. And for some reason, I decided to trust that and to have faith that being positive and happy is a choice, and I can choose to be miserable or unhappy or grumpy. But I don't, and some people do, but it's, if you have a choice and life is going to go in a certain direction anyway, you know, you might as well get inspired. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of internet programs. I am always educating myself. I go and I take workshops. I get training. So it's not natural. It's not innate. That's our 5 ways to say it this week. You're a born natural. So in front of the camera, I'm a born natural. That's great. I mean, I can talk all night. We could stay here for 24 hours and I would probably still be talking and performing. I might even sing. I might even dance. But in terms of like the internet and, you know, getting my thoughts down and being inspired, that doesn't come naturally to humans. You know, humans are really taught to be scared, to be careful, to watch for causing trouble, and it causes us to shrink. So if we want to expand and we want to be fully who we are, we have to learn from people, and there are tons of books and tons of people who can teach us this stuff. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Mamie. I'm very glad that you're encouraged. That's awesome. I'm encouraged too. You know, life is brilliant and life is short, and it ain't over till it's over. So just keep reaching for your dreams. Just keep doing what you enjoy doing, and do the stuff that you don't enjoy doing, because we all have stuff we don't enjoy doing, but we have to do it. So, okay, I don't know. Now I'm feeling like I'm on a soapbox. Anyway, have a great evening, and I'm looking forward to next week where the rubber hits the road. Boom. And this is where you see how to do your nonstop speaking. So I'm going to say goodbye, and again, have a fabulous evening. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you and share my thoughts about becoming a great communicator and a great conversationalist. Okay. For the 5th time, I think this is time number 5 that I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, and have a wonderful evening. Sweet dreams or no dreams.